In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to customize the player properties in Articulate Engage. When we talk about player properties, we're talking about the features such as the seek bar, the volume button, and the titling. We're talking about the player colors. We're talking about the text labels and the browser settings. So let's head on over to Engage here and give you a sense for what these properties can do and how you can customize them. To access the player properties, simply click Player in the Publish area of the ribbon. And when you do so, you will see Features, Colors and Effects, Text Labels, Other, this is where your browser settings are going to be located, and Current Player. We'll touch on this a little bit too here. Let's start with Features. When it comes to features, very simple. I can select or deselect these three items. The titling here in the player, I can choose to have it present or not be present. And you'll see that this dynamically updates for me as I go along, which is really great. And the volume and seek bars down here below, I can choose to have them present or not be present. So, very straightforward are the features. Now, colors and effects, this is a great way to customize your player. If you select color scheme, the down arrow, you'll see that we have several built-in color schemes ready to go. And when you select them, it automatically updates all of the elements, the background colors, the buttons, etc. However, you may decide I want to do some more defined color editing. Maybe I want to match my company's branding, so I want to bring those colors in. Not a problem. Simply select Show Advanced Color Editing, and when you do, you will notice that you'll have the option to alter every element here in this player, or just about every element. The base colors, the button colors, the seek control, the inside of the seek control, the icons on here. So we have a lot of opportunity to come in and make some changes. So I could come in, select more colors, and if I know my company's brand color codes, whether it's RGB or the hex code, I can come in and make some changes. So I can come in and start to add some different colors up here. Now at any time as you're going along, if you decide, oh, I really don't like that color, I'd like to start over, you can simply reset the color scheme. Once you have a color scheme that you do like, you can save it and then come back and use it in a future project. So you don't have to continually recreate your company's branding. You can also change the player font that's present. So maybe you want to try a different font here. So we see that the fonts change here, and we can start to create a much different and pleasing look. Now, text labels. Text labels include language change. So if you know that this is going out to a particular audience, what it's going to do is it's going to change all of the built-in text. So it's not going to impact the titling up here because this is something you typed in. But watch the previous next buttons down here. If I choose French, for example, you'll see that it has been updated to the French language. So all of the built-in text labels here have the ability to be changed to different languages. You can also, if you so choose, let's say I don't want it to say next. Maybe in my company we're used to saying forward. Well, I can change that. I type that in, I select Update Preview, and now the button says forward. So yet again, another great way to make some changes to the player. And finally, we have Other. Well, not finally, we want to touch on Current Player too. So, Other. This has to do with the browser settings. How is the browser going to react when your Engage interaction is opened? Will it resize the browser to the optimal size, or will it shrink the browser down to match the size of the Engage interaction? Will it display at the current browser size? This is pretty standard, and that's why we start with that. The player size. Will we scale the player to fill the browser window or lock the player? So you have the opportunity to decide, will my Engage interaction grow to meet the browser window size, or will it lock it at its optimal size? And then we have the opportunity to create a launch page here as well. This is a good idea if you know you've got users using a lot of different browsers. This is a nice way to create a more standardized experience, as it's going to create a launch page and launch the player in a new window. So those are some quick ways to customize the look and the feel of the player and its behavior when it's launched. Once you get all of that figured out and set, you can come over to Current Player and you can save out your player scheme so that you can always come back later. You'll notice I've got some that I've customized here that I've built already. That way I can come back, and when I'm ready, I simply select that player and it's all ready for me to go. I can also export it. So let's say I create one, I can export it to other folks in my company and they can open it and use it as well. So that's a little bit about using player properties in Articulate Engage. If you have any questions, please join us in the eLearning Heroes community. Come over to the forums, ask some questions. We are there to help you out. And no question too big, too small. Ask it and we will be there to help you.